Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. Happy it's Friday. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to be wrapping up this creative confidence reboot week. And I'm so it's been a crazy week for me just with other work as well. So getting this in, I really had to push it. And I'm okay with that. That was good. That was the accountability that I was looking for. So I'm really excited to dive in. Hi guys. Hi Ramona. Hi AG, Jackie, Carolina, Christine, Lorraine. Oh, it's so good to see some familiar names and faces. Um, Faces in your profile pic. So today, I'm really excited to continue with a little bit more lessons, one more lesson today, and I'm also really excited to um, talk with you in the comments and hear about how this has gone for you. But right now, I wanted to start with a initial question, which is, what is one insight or shift that you've had during the past 3 days? I've been lucky enough I had a feedback form. Well, I had a form for participation and there was a feedback question. And so I've been seeing people's answers about how this has helped them. And it has been so wonderful. I'm so grateful. I was saying to my assistant, I wish my business could just exist on vibes alone because I'm just so grateful to be able to do this and have you guys participate and enjoy it. So, all right. While you guys are answering, what's one insight or shift you've had during the past 3 days? Put it in the comments. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, it won't let you comment. You have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes or more. That's to keep the internet trolls out. So you can subscribe, but in the meantime, let me tell you about today's agenda. First of all, I'm going to give a recap of my experiences doing this and what some of my insights were. Then, as promised, I'm going to squeeze in one more lesson. So kind of adding a fourth day to this to tell you a little bit more about the science, about one more little trick for your mindset. Then I'm going to give you a super brief overview of my course Start Your Surface Pattern business, including some bonuses that are kicking off today. And then I'm going to announce the prize winners for the reboot participation based on the form you submitted. Now, you got that form in your email, but you do still have time to submit because I'm going to announce at the end. So if you haven't submitted yet, get your information in. Julia is in the chat with the form if you need it. And then we can have a little Q&A. So does that sound like a plan? Let's see what we've got. It was really positive. I love it. I'm just believing in myself more. I have to look at okay, here. I have my dual screens here. I love that. So keep filtering in what your shifts or insights were. But in the meantime, I'll talk about some of my shifts and insights, and I'll recap what we learned, right? So the first day was all about awareness, noticing the negative thoughts that we have when they pop up and rejecting them, right? Reframing those things. And so, like, I have my little journal here. I did these too. And some days, like on Wednesday, it was like late that I got to it, but I did it late in the day, but I did it. So the first day, when I have a really busy week, and I told you I did have a busy week, I had a client project that took way longer than I was expecting. It had like a very short deadline, which I didn't really want to agree to, but I was like, all right, let me do this. I can handle it. But then it took way more time than expected. And then also I had a client project that I didn't realize, like I didn't see until like 2 days after I was supposed to have started it. So, which doesn't usually happen. But so I was really, really busy with client stuff to this week. But so when I'm busy, I'm not always, thinking negative thoughts. I'm just doing the thing, right? This is the times when we're not busy and we're sitting around and wishing we had client work is when we start getting in our all in our feelings, right? But I was on Tuesday listening to a podcast, and it was I love Katie and Alana over at Good Type. They run a lettering empire, and they have a podcast called Typecast Podcast. And so I was listening to an episode with Kate Smith, and she was talking about her whole journey. And you can't help but compare yourself to the success that others have had. And so I was thinking and listening, and I was like, some of the thoughts that I had was, oh, well, it's really awesome that she's done this, but it's kind of too late for me to have that type of success. She has like end caps at Target and things like that with all her cards. I was also thinking, I don't have enough of an artistic voice to have that kind of success. I'm not doing enough art for that type of success, right? I do a lot of education stuff. So I'm like, I'm not doing enough art. These are some of my negative thoughts that I was catching and writing down. Also scarcity around my ability to grow, which I shared with you on Monday, but also around my income, because as I mentioned, my husband is changing careers. And so we're really looking at finances lately. So yeah, these are some of the negative thoughts I had. And then I had to reframe those. Which I won't go into all of that. But the point is, you've done these exercises, that this is your brain getting in on that negativity bias and getting in on that, what do we talk about? The algorithm, basically, the RAS taking over. So that was my day one. I'm going to check in on the comments here. Positive thinking is much easier than you think. You just need to spend some time. Yes, it's all about practice. Appreciating how far I've come in this industry. Laura, great. Loved this positivity and yes, awareness, making notes. Treat myself like I would a friend. Yes, I know it, but sometimes you need someone else to say it. Yes. So that's the thing about this challenge, right? This was just a tiny little taste. This was dipping your toes. I'm not a self-help guru. I'm not a therapist, obviously. I've been studying some of this stuff, but it is certainly not my expertise. And as a lot of people put in the feedback form, yeah, they've heard these things before. Yes, it's not brand new information, of course, but we need these reminders. We need this practice. I know all this stuff too, but I need the practice. So, I mean, that is exactly what I was aiming for. I wasn't trying to, blow anyone's mind with brand new information. And I love that it's hitting that way. Let's see. Even though I'm new to it, I love it, and I'm starting to feel like a new friend. It is starting to feel like a new friend. I can do this. Yes. Hey, Melissa. I found it reassuring thinking about challenges I overcame. Awesome. You're never too old to try something new and make a career change. So, so true. All right. I love those insights and mindset shifts. So let me talk about my day two as we recap day two. Day two was all about giving yourself that confidence. And the way we did that is we talked about our past wins, right? We think that starting something new, it feels like such an uphill battle, which, okay, fine, it is an uphill battle, but how many hills have we already climbed, right? We looked back at our past successes. And I said specifically within 2 years, just so that it was more fresh, but you are welcome to use your whole life. I mean, think of all the hard things you've overcome to become a grown person in this world. In the last 2 years, I negotiated my first solo licensing deal because I was with an agent up until last fall, or the end of last summer. And so last fall, I negotiated my own solo licensing deal while I've done tons of freelance negotiating and things like that. Signing my own deal with my own contracts and everything like that was a new experience. I also learned InDesign better, the program to, it's like a graphic design layout program. I need that for to make presentations for one of my clients, and I learned it better. I've also been transitioning from Procreate to Adobe Fresco because I like some of the features of Fresco better. So I've been learning Fresco. So those are some of the things that, I have done in the last year and a half. And that reminded me that, I figured these things out through research, through trial and error, through practice, through my mantra, which I often forget, which is done is better than perfect. The reason it's my mantra is because sometimes I need to stop myself and say, dude, get it together. Done is better than perfect, right? I did that with this challenge. It's done, y'all. I did that with, I try to remember that because our brains will go overthinking, will go into perfectionist mode, but getting it done is what's important. So always when I can remember that, it's important. And I wrote more about how this can help me. I'm not going through my whole thing, but this is what we learned, and I know that this has helped you guys. This exercise, I saw from some of the feedback that this exercise really helped you too. Katerina said, the silly things our brain says. I know, it's so true. It's so true. All right, and then day 3 recap was about the action. Now, like I said, done is better than perfect. I am really all about the action. Action is something I am often pushing upon people. It's one of my strengths, I think. Some people are more planners and some people are more get her done people. And I'm the get her done side of things. And once I decide on something, I'm ready to go if I can get over the overthinking. And that's why I need done is better than perfect as my mantra, right? So I can remember that I'm good at action. So let's get to the action. But this was still hard, right? So yesterday was when we got this email of day 3 and thinking of a bold action. Was this the hardest one for everyone? Even just thinking of what to do, what you felt like you could do. I realized when I got that email, I was like, this is the one where people are going to fall off. The other 2 are journal entries. Like you can set aside the time, but when you get to the bold action thing, you're like, what's that bold action? And also I'm not ready. So tell me in the comments if you fell off on day 3, and it's okay. No judgment, just asking. But I was like, okay, I got to do this. Like, I better do this. And I had a couple things in mind, but I was like, you know what? Let me send out a pitch email. I should send out a pitch email. And am I scared of sending out a pitch email? I've been doing this for 12 years. I'm not scared of sending out a pitch email. But the reason it's a bold action is because I feel like I'm in a rejiggering phase of my career. Like I said, I no longer have an agent. I'm still getting my portfolio gallery where all of my work is available, up and ready. I haven't created a lot of new licensing art lately because I've been working on client art. So just having the just being ready to start reaching out, I just haven't been there. But I've done some of the research and I have some assets, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I had done last year for the licensing show for my agent, I had done a presentation about water bottles and hydration, right? So all these different cool. This is my water bottle that is not cool today, just plain, but like decorated water containers and mugs and things like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to reach out to a company of that type. And so I put together a pitch. I literally, like I said, I had deadlines yesterday. 2 things were due and they weren't done. But I was like, I'm going to get this done in 20 minutes is all I've got for this. And so I had some sales sheets from a previous pitch from 2 years ago, but I added some water bottles to them. And to write the email, I literally used my templates that I have in Start Your Service Pattern Business, my email pitch templates, because of course I've sent pitch emails before, but I didn't have time to think about it and find them and whatever. I copied my swipe file, I filled in the right information, my actual name and who I'm writing out to, and I rejiggered it slightly. And I sent it. And the thoughts that I had to ignore to get through this bold action was this isn't maybe my best work. This isn't my most updated work. If I spend more time on this, this could be better, both the art and the email, as far as like arranging it and perfecting it. I also thought I should really update my website before I send this out because my website had some of the same designs that I was sending out. And I was like, if I update my portfolio on my website, it will have new stuff and then they'll see two different things. Nah, nah. And also I can do this tomorrow morning instead. I have two deadlines today. I should do this tomorrow morning. Nah, out the door. I did it. So that was my journey. I want to know about you guys's. But first I'm gonna check the comments for a second. Love your hype energy. I had coffee today. A little coffee, not much. I can't handle caffeine. I love done is better than perfect. Yes, it is seriously my mantra. I don't have my mug today, but I have a mug that says that I made. This lesson is so important. Get something done. Then you are one step ahead. You can always make changes. Yes. Pitching feels like standing on a cliff. Yeah. I just did day 3 fast, like ripping off the plaster band-aid. Yes, it was the end of the day and I did not overthink it. Perfect, Mercedes. That's exactly what we're doing. No option but to believe in yourself. Oh my God, I love you guys. This is amazing. My bold action is I decided I'm going to go for the redundancy and say goodbye to crappy day jobs and go all in for self-employment. Congratulations, Amber. That is a tough decision, but I've got faith in you. I'm so excited. Eileen says, love this. I'm going to use the template for pitching. I swear these templates, I love them. I love productive procrastination, bold actions between deadlines. Yeah, I mean, this is really productive procrastination. No time for perfect. And yeah, I felt lost, got kicked off Redbubble, but I want to start a new newsletter. Yeah, start a newsletter, man. Take a bold action. All right, I love this, guys. So yeah, that was my week. And now let's dive into some a little bit of final lessons. And to do that, I've got slides. Hold, please. Dirt. All right. Let me pull these up. Present. Give it a minute and make sure that it is coming through. All right. So I'm looking over here and making sure it came up here. There we go. All right, cool. So studies on positive psychology show that sharing wins with others boosts motivation, confidence, and long-term success. Let me run that back. Sharing wins with others boosts motivation, confidence, and long-term success. That's like the trifecta. Like, what else do you want? Okay, so sharing those wins are so important, and which is why we're here today. Share them in the comments. Well, we will share. I mean, you're sharing already, but we're gonna share. So today's lesson, I wanted to focus on these two things, community and celebrating, right? These are the two key factors of that little fact. These are both factors that I stress a lot in Start Your Surface Pattern business. And, you know, the benefits of having community of other designers, business owners, artists who understand what you're going through. I mean, that's been proven in a number of studies. I even have in Start Your Surface Pattern business, I literally have a module dedicated to community. That's how important I think it is. You're thinking like, why do I need to learn about community? But trust me, it's so important. But you know this, you don't need me to tell you this because you know this from personal experience. Even if you're an introvert, having a few reliable friends going through what you're going through or to talk to or to be a sounding board is gold. And when it comes to celebrating, as I researched how to build confidence for my course, I have I think it's 4 sections called motivated mindset breaks. So that goes between the strategy, right? I started to realize strategy is obviously like my number one, but again, the mindset is so, so important that I added in these little breaks, and they're kind of like this challenge, right? They're just, high intense, like small bite size, but also like valuable, kind of give the science behind it and why it's important and why we should focus on it. So as I was researching that, I had these different, aspects of things that I wanted to cover, and every single one of them had, the best way to do this was to celebrate your wins. Basically, celebrating your wins, I reinforce throughout this course. I want to reinforce today with you, whether you're taking this course or not. It is so important. So why are these things so important? First of all, our brain is wired to respond to rewards, right? All those experiments that they do on brains and stuff, right? When they do it with like lab rats, it's always like find the cheese or get the thing, it's like rewards. Our brain is wired that way. So when you celebrate progress with others, your brain reinforces that progress as not only something meaningful, but as something worth repeating. So it's something that you should do again. So when you say, I sent out a pitch email, or I finished a collection, or I posted something new on my website, or I made a website, your brain is saying, that was a good, and you celebrate it, right? Then your brain is saying, ooh, that was a good thing. That was something that was important. So let's keep going. All right. So that's so important. Seeing peers succeed proves that success is possible for you too. So this is the community aspect of the celebrating. Now, I underlined and bolded peers, okay? Because the truth is, this is very important that it's people that you are actually in community with. I know you guys are up on Instagram because, well, okay, I know I'm up on Instagram. You guys maybe not, but I'm sure you're up on Instagram and you're seeing people succeed, right? You're seeing people get deals or have new product launches or make a beautiful collection or come in top 10 on Spoonflower or whatever. And that doesn't always feel good, okay? That doesn't always inspire you. Sometimes that gets that whole comparison trap thing going. Sometimes it makes you feel not good. We can all admit that. Seeing a designer you look up to casually succeed can feel kind of yucky. But seeing your friends succeed, seeing people that the struggle that they've been going through, you've been talking to them about, oh my gosh, I got to send this out, or I'm so, I need to update my LinkedIn or whatever things that you're trying to accomplish. And they're saying the same things. When they succeed, you're often psyched. You might have a little envy. It's okay. You're human. But mostly you're psyched and you remember, oh, they did it. They worked hard and they made their, whatever happened. They sent out that email, or they finished that design, or they, did what they needed to do. So seeing your peers succeed, that is so important. So it's that community. And then finally, this industry can feel isolating. That's why we're here today. That's why I wanted to do lives, because self-doubt thrives in silence. We need these reality checks from people who understand us. So remember day one, not only did we notice our negative thoughts, but one of the questions I said I wanted you to apply to that was, would you say this to a friend, right? Your friends, the people you're in community with, the people you're friendly with, are going to give it to you straight and help you see things more accurately than your own self-doubt and your own brain. So today we're going to do something. Here's our little mini bite activity. Today we're going to do something that I do every week in my online community for Start Your Surface Pattern Business. I call them Fridays. And I need to jump in today and celebrate my win in there. But every month on live office hours, so in Start Your Surface Pattern Business, for 6 months, you are invited to monthly office hours where we actually get to see each other face to face on a Zoom call versus just in the comments. And we start every call with sharing our wins, small or big. It can be tiny. It can be, I got out of bed today if it's been a hard week, right? But we are going to share our wins. So today I want you to, I'm going to get in the chat here, stop share. Today we're going to look at our wins, and I want everyone to share one, and I want to celebrate them with you. So it could be, I finished a new pattern, I sent my first pitch email, I updated my portfolio, or like I said, it can be something so much smaller. We don't have to get so serious about it. I'm going to start because while you guys think and type in the delay. So I did a new thing, right? I did this creative confidence reboot. That's a win. This was something that I thought of about a month ago. I put it into action pretty quickly. Would I do some things differently? I mean, there was more that I maybe wanted to add to it, but no, I got it out there. I got it in the world. I helped some people, and I'm proud of that. So that was definitely my win for the week, and participating the whole time. So I'm so happy to have gotten this out into the world and to shared it and hopefully helped a few people rethink some things. Let me look at the comments. I'm trying to decide the best way to look at the comments here. Come back over here. All right, so let me catch up. Lorraine says she's staying away from social media. Yeah, I hear you. Totally mastering the image tree in Adobe Illustrator this week. Nice, nice. I learned how to do blending in Photoshop. That's awesome. Completed more patterns. Amazing. I did an unexpected pitch to a company that called me for something else. I love it. That was okay, what I love about this, let me just stop on that one. What I really love about this is you saw an opportunity and you went for it. This is something that I also talk about in Start Your Surface Pattern Business. Once we have all the tools, we are ready for opportunities. When opportunity comes along, maybe we're not so bold as to go out and send a pitch after taking a course for 6 weeks. I know some of my students have not sent pitches yet who have been in the course, who took the course a while ago. And, you know, I want to hold their hand and help them get there. But if they don't feel ready, I can't push them off a cliff, right? But the thing that is amazing about being prepared is that maybe you're not sending out your pitch email, but if someone calls you, you can say, oh, also I offer surface design services, or I'm also an illustrator, right? You can do extra things that, that you're just ready for them. So I love that. Great job. Karen says, I started your successful licensing collections course this week. Oh, awesome, Karen. I'm so excited for you. This is a great, we have a couple other SLC people in here. Lorraine just took it. And she made an amazing collection. So I'm so happy for you. I added Annie says she added 2 lettering pieces to my portfolio. Guys, get in here and cheer for people. I wish you can, I know I'm just being the one person cheerleader. I should have brought I don't have pom-poms. When I was a kid, I had one single pom-pom, like a real one. I thought it was so cool. I should have had 2. I don't know why I didn't have 2. I had 1. I felt so cool when I waved that thing. Anyways, I'm a one person, one pom-pom cheerleader right now, but get in the comments and celebrate all these wonderful people who took some risks. Amber said, well, mine's nearly a win. I'm very close to finishing the self-publishing book I've been working on. I'm going to finish this week. Amber, I'm reframing this for you. You have a win because you are currently working on a self-publishing book. You had the guts to go for self-publishing a book. So yeah, you need to get over the finish line, but I think you're winning. Francie said, I sent a few pitch emails to companies I would like to work with. Amazing. Eileen says she started my course. Eileen just jumped in to start your surface pattern business. So happy to have her. Yay, you guys are all killing it. I finished and uploaded a new YouTube video. Awesome. That is not easy. Melissa says, mine is I finished all this week's challenge. Thank you and congratulations. Get it, Melissa. Look, trust me, this week doing the whole challenge, I say check plus. That's a definite win. Anne says I completed some art tutorials. Congratulations. I finished laying out a 300-page book for a client this morning. Whew. I'm telling you, I told you I've been working on client work this week. I can't wait to be done with these projects. So congratulations. I entered a spoon flower contest. I got I got my favorites and followers. I think it's supposed to be many favorites and followers. Awesome. Lorraine says, I finished my collection. I posted it on IG. Awesome. Lorraine's collection is so sweet. I know she said she didn't post her collection yet. Maybe she will, but she created a really awesome collection. Lynn says, to my complete surprise, I was contacted by Society 6 letting me know I was chosen to be on the curated artist community. Congrats, Lynn. That's amazing. Stacy completed 2 patterns in Procreate. Vivi says, I've been uploading designs. You guys are winning on winning. I need that DJ Khaled song, All I Do Is Win. I love this. Doesn't it feel good to celebrate? I mean, come on. Come on. I need my one pom-pom. It was purple. I've been uploading designs to Spoonflower consistently and been getting some sales on there. Get it, Vivi? Scheduled an email campaign. I finished the second piece in my new collection. Mercedes says, I started learning how to create my own mock-ups for patterns and use one on social media. Awesome. Awesome. I designed a cohesive mini wallpaper collection and submitted it for an art call. Congrats, Carolina. You guys. Mita says, I haven't pitched yet. That's me. You're okay. Don't feel bad. I told you I wasn't trying to shame you. I'm not trying to shame people who haven't pitched. I want to hold your hand and help you. It's okay. Get in the community. We're going to get you there. Melissa, congrats to everyone. Yes. I had interviews for 2 internships and a graphic design, which I wouldn't have been able to have done 6 months ago. I sent an email to a brand that I like. Okay, so look at that. Amazing. So as we talked about the science, every time you acknowledge your progress, you're weakening your self-doubt. And this is how you build momentum. So I am so proud of everyone. If you're watching this in the recording, if you're watching this at a later date, if you couldn't make it live, please share your wins in the comments. We want this to be a train of wins. All you do is win. I'm so excited. And, you know, look, I talked about this at the beginning of the week and kickoff as well. It's not that, like, are there still problems? Yes, you sent out an email. Did you get a response yet? Yeah, you know, like there's all... Like we can still, it's not like this means everything is okay and everything is perfect, but how good does it feel to know that you have done some of these things and you got some of that stuff off your list and you're doing amazing. Like I'm just so proud of you guys and I'm proud of myself. And I'm like, how awesome does it feel to celebrate this stuff and have everyone, you know, be in community and hearing about it. And I just love this enthusiasm. So now, I said at the beginning of the week that I think mindset is one of the 3 pillars of surface design business. Does anyone remember what the other 2 were? Anyone remember what the other 2 were? I'll give you a minute to type it in. But just 1 minute. The other 2, I feel, is art and marketing, right? You have to have strong art. You have to be putting yourself out there. Now, marketing doesn't need to mean, marketing can mean a lot of things. Marketing is basically just, what is my phrase? I have like a specific definition of marketing that I really like, but it's essentially just, conveying your value, you know, knowing what you offer and conveying that offer, your value to other people. It doesn't have to mean that you have some sort of ad campaign or that you're always on social media, right? But conveying your value and your services. I wish I had the definition in front of me. Having strong art and believing and having a confidence in yourself. Those are the 3 things that you need to run a successful business. creative business. So if you follow me, you know that I'm actually really hands-on with strategy. Like this is the most mindset stuff I have done, certainly. I added mindset into my course before. I do talk about mindset, but I'm not like fluffy. Like, you know what I mean? It's not all just vibes. It really is strategy. And I think the marketing part is the part that as artists we ignore because of course the fun stuff is the art, right? Of course we want to create more patterns or illustrations or whatever. But the marketing part, the conveying our value to potential clients is where it's important, where what we're missing often. So that is where I come in. Mindset is the foundation, but action is what gets results. So if you've had even a small mindset shift this week, imagine what could happen if you've had a clear blueprint to build your business, leveraging that new confidence. So let me again pull up some slides real quick. And just give you a quick overview. This is not a major hard sell or anything at all. But Start Your Surface Pattern Business is the course that I created to, when you have the art, to start thinking about the business side of things, the marketing side of things. And it could be the next step for those of you who are ready to move from mindset shifts to actual business building. I'm going to give you this quick overview, talk about a few fun bonuses that are happening over the next week, and then we're going to announce participation winners and open up a Q&A. So I created Start Your Surface Pattern Business to teach artists who already know how to create art and have a bit of a starter portfolio in the most simple and direct way possible, the foundations of getting your art in front of decision makers to make connections with companies that need your design skills. And by the way, I know I have a lot of Start Your Surface Pattern Business students in the audience. I love them. They're my favorites. I always call them my VIPs. So let people know about your experience in the comments if you want to. I'd appreciate it. I always love to hear it. So each week you will get access to a new module. There are 7 modules, and through video lessons and detailed to-do lists and lots of supporting resources, you will come away with clarity on how to position and market your work, the ability to present your art to potential clients, and confidence and motivation for long-term success, right? Because we do concentrate on some of that mindset stuff, and that's definitely something that my students come away with. Really quickly, I wanted to talk about some of my favorite features. There is a lot in this course. There's a lot of resources and features and stuff, but here are some of my favorites. The first is the Find Your Focus Masterclass. Now, the Find Your Focus Masterclass is something that you can purchase separately. It's inexpensive. You're welcome to purchase it separately because it is a great jumping off point. But if you haven't taken it yet, and you do want the whole package, Find Your Focus is also within Start Your Surface Pattern Business, and it is a deep dive into all the different product categories that your art could be on. Whether you're a pattern designer or an illustrator, it's if you want your art on products. And I talk about the different categories and what's specific about the art for paper versus the art for the gift market. And you can clearly understand where your art will fit in. The second thing that I really love is the Pitch Perfect email templates, which are part of this course. And those are also super valuable. As I mentioned, like I literally used them yesterday. And do I know how to write a pitch email? Yes, but sometimes it's easier to just have a template. And I talk in the email templates, you know, how to write your own if you want to write your own. How I have swipe copy where you can literally just cut and paste and fill in your own details. And then I have different email checklists, and I have a lot of resources in there. And I have students who took the course 4 years ago who still DM me and say like, oh my God, I just used your email template last week. Like, so that is such a great feature that I know is super valuable. And then one of my favorite things is live office hours. So while this course is something that you kind of do, you can do at your own pace. It releases weekly from whenever you enroll, but you can do it, some people take 2 months to do the first 2 modules, and that's fine. That's, everyone has their own schedule and their own life. But the thing that I really love is being able to connect not only in the community, the online community, but in live office hours on Zoom, where once a month I answer questions, we celebrate our wins, we push past our doubts, and I get to really get to know the students better, which I really love. And I wanted to say that there's a lot of, like I said, this is just 3 of my favorites. I just picked my 3 favorites, but there's a lot more in the course, which you can read about on the course page, but there's not too much. One thing I've been noticing about courses, and I know it's the courses that have the really high price tags, but they're trying to justify those super high price tags. So they're so bloated. Like there's so much extra stuff. There's 5,000, extra workshops, and there's like 100 million videos, and it's just a lot. Like this is streamlined. We're going to get there quickly. We're not going to have it's not a full university that like you're going to slowly work your way through for 4 years. We can do this a little faster than that. Okay. So this course is always open. We're talking about bonuses now. This course is always open to join. So I'm not like closing the doors in a week or anything like that. You could have joined it last week like Eileen did, or you can join it in 2 weeks or in 2 months, whenever it feels comfortable for you. So this is, again, not a heavy sell. But this week, I'm offering some specials. The first one is the Pitch Perfect Email Clinic. So this is something that is a live workshop to make you get your pitch emails together and to make them shine and hopefully to get them out the door. So this is where you can submit once you're in it. It's going to be in 2 months, right? So you have time to go through the course and get ready. Like you don't have to like do it next week or anything, but you can get your pitch emails and your art together. You submit it, and then on a live session, we edit it and I give it, as if I was writing my own, so that it is ready for you to send out the door. So you feel confident to push send, because even though there are templates, I know it's scary. It is scary. And so I want to help you guys do that. So all new students who join between now and April 3rd will be invited to this Pitch Perfect email clinic that's happening in late May, early June. I got to get the dates set. And then much more time sensitive because it's only for this weekend, I'm doing a Reboot weekend sale. So just starting today, starting right now through the end of Sunday, March 30th, the course that is normally $729 and fully worth that price is on sale for $669. So that is $60 off. So that is a really, really good sale. And I'm super excited to be able to offer that. And you can pay in one single payment, or you can pay in three payments. So when you click through the site, then you'll get all the information about like how that divides up. I can't remember what that exactly is. So that is it about Start Your Surface Pattern Business. ElizabethSilver.com/start. Let me stop my sharing here. Come back to you guys. First, I'll check the comments. I have a degree in marketing and I'm totally unable to use it for my own business. I'm uncomfortable promoting myself. We'll get over that. Same. I do great at providing marketing and design for my clients, but I'm perpetually stuck. Amazing course. Yes, it is. I will log on and take it again as a refresh. I love that. Thank you, guys. Okay, so now it's time to announce some winners. Let's see. And by the way, this like participation bonuses, this is a total feature of Start Your Surface Pattern Business as well, because I have all these to-do lists that help you get through the lessons, like watch this, do this assignment, then, set up this. But I have 3 specific tasks that you can actually submit your work on. Mostly I'm not checking your work. That's just up to you. We're not in third grade, but I do have third graders in my life. So I understand a little rewards. The brain appreciates reward centers. So I do 3 tasks that you can submit, and then you're in a raffle or whatever, not raffle, I don't know, drawing, just like we're doing here. And then there's prizes each month at office hours. We do prizes. So it's just a fun way to, keep you going. So today's prizes. Now let's talk about today's prizes. So we're going to have one grand prize winner who gets free entry to Start Your Surface Pattern Business, which is a $729 value, or I guess this weekend, $669. No, it's still worth $729. Don't worry. It's worth more than that. I don't care what anyone says. And then we have 3 winners who will get 15% off any of my courses or my kits. So whether that is Successful Licensing Collections, whether that's this course, Start Your Surface Pattern Business. I also have, like I said, Find Your Focus Masterclass is sold separately. I have a pitch kit, which has some of those email templates, which is also separate. Like all these things are included in Start Your Surface Pattern Business. But if you want to buy them separately, obviously they're less expensive. 15% off anything in my store, I guess you could call it. I don't know, my kits and whatever. Just a note that cannot be combined with this sale. So you can't get 15% off $669 this weekend, but 15% off is cheaper than $669 even. So go for that one if you win. All right, so let me get the winners. My assistant texted them to me. All right, so let's start with the 15% off coupon code winners. You guys ready? Carolina Mudra is the first winner. And my assistant, Julia, thank you, Julia, is going to be emailing you in the next couple hours. All right. So you'll get an email with the codes and the directions and everything. But 15% off anything. Carolina Mudra, Stacy Martinez, and Daniela Chavot-Lorkovic. So congratulations, Carolina, Stacy, and Daniela. Awesome. And the winner, do I have a drum roll? I need a drum roll. I should have a soundboard. Anyways, next time, right? And then the winner for the Start Your Surface Pattern Business. Now, if this person, for whatever reason, doesn't want to take Start Your Surface Pattern Business, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, no offense. But if you don't need it, like you're farther beyond or whatever it is, or you're not quite there yet, that's fine too. We're going to send you an email. You can talk with us. Maybe we can switch it. But the winner of Start Your Surface Pattern Business is Rebecca Garrity. So Rebecca, congratulations. You're the big winner today. But like I said, 15% off goes to Carolina, Stacy, and Daniela. So we will send emails in the next couple hours. I'm so excited. Look at Julia. She's got a drum emoji. She's the best. Okay, so that's that. I'm so excited. All right, so now we're going to do a little Q&A, a brief Q&A, and then I'll just kind of wrap everything up. This is going to be about mindset and creative business. I'm not an expert on mindset. I'll do my best, and of course, if you have any questions about this course as well, Start Your Surface Pattern Business, feel free to ask. You can also always DM me. But did you come away from this week feeling confused, needing a little additional support? I'm happy to try to answer some questions. And as you might fill in if you have any questions, put it in the chat. But in the meantime, I just want to reiterate that your mindset is your biggest asset. It's something you can control. It's sort of something, that's what I said at the beginning of the week as well. It's like, we can't control when circumstances suck. And sometimes, honestly, circumstances suck. And sometimes circumstances are neutral, but we feel sucky about them, right? But what we can control is our mindset, our reaction, our resilience, how we move forward. And having that stronger mindset, working on that positivity, those are the things that can really help to help us get through those times that are super sucky and help us be motivated even when everything is neutral, right? To help us keep going. It's so important. So even though this was just a tiny little taste, I hope you keep diving into mindset in whatever way that you can. Keep up some of those practices. You can do those exercises every day, every week, once a month. Write down your wins. I didn't send an email about it. We're doing it live, but seriously, write down your wins. It is so, so important. It is proven to be one of the most important things. Celebrate them with community. I love that. All right. Do we have any questions? I'm seeing lots of congratulations. You guys are awesome. Celebrating wins. Love it. But let me know if you have any questions. And I want to also thank you guys for showing up and participating, for coming to this live. I really, really appreciate it. It's been so great. It's been really good to see the feedback, like I said, in that form. Even if I should send out a form, I mean, even if you didn't fill in like the participation part, maybe I know those ones are like required questions. Maybe you just dash through them all and give me feedback at the end because it's the first time I've done it. So hearing the feedback has been really, really beneficial for me to know that this was helpful for people. I love that. And Stacy says, I do summarize my wins in my monthly planner. It's super helpful. That's incredible, Stacy. I do the same thing with my Asana, which is like my project management software, basically. It's my planner. I used to have a paper one, but now I have and yes, once a month. In fact, I was supposed to do it today because it's the 28th, but I pushed it to the 31st on Monday because I've been so busy. But I will be celebrating March wins for sure. And the reason that that's so helpful is that then at the end of the year, I also celebrate my wins and kind of look back and reflect on the year. I have a YouTube video about my planning process, but it helps me to like go back and say, oh, here's the like top 3 wins that I had for March and February and January, because of course you forget them so quickly. If you don't write them down, you will forget them. So celebrate them. Celebrating them in community helps your brain focus on them, but also like my memory is not good. So writing them down is even better. Let's see. I do summarize my way. Okay, Tally said, do we get to talk directly to you? So many courses don't let you approach the teacher. Yes, you can talk directly to me, of course. No, this is a small course. I like to call it boutique. I don't have thousands of students. I don't have hundreds of students. Usually, I mean, I have had hundreds of students, but people actively taking the course right now is certainly not hundreds of students. So the 2 main places that you would talk to me is we have a community. It used to be on Facebook. We just moved it to its own platform, which is Mighty Networks. And so it's very cozy. You're not distracted by all Facebook things. And you can ask me questions. I'm in there at least 3 times a week, if not more. I try to answer everything, every question, even if sometimes if I'm having a busy week, it might take me a couple days. So that's like the main daily way you can get in touch with me. Monthly, we have office hours, and it's not just a chat like this. You guys can be on camera. There's Zoom. So like I encourage people to unmute and talk. And sometimes there's 10 people in office hours, but sometimes there's 3 people in office hours. So it can be very intimate. And that's a good thing. I think that's a way to make connections, right? You really start to bond with people. So if you can't make those office hours live, then you can pre-submit questions and watch the recording and things like that. But to actually connect with me like face to face, yes, that's what office hours is for. And then I do say my students are welcome to email me, right? If you have a question, a burning question that you don't want to talk about in front of the community, often it can help to talk about in front of the community because other people, I'm not the only one who has good advice, right? But if you want to email me, that's also fine. Yes. So of course you're allowed to approach me. I am not that cool. All right. It's truly helpful. This has been so helpful. Thank you for everything. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm going to incorporate parts of this challenge into my planner. I love that, Melissa. Definitely start doing that for real. Thanks for all the pep talks and cheering us on. Oh, you are welcome. I'm happy to do it. I'm still having fun figuring out my style. Is this the right time for me to take this course? That's a good question. I don't have a signature style. I have a style I lean towards, but if you're still working on, if you feel that you're not totally like you're never totally going to be ready, right? If you think like, oh, well, I know in a year I'll have it all figured out and my art will be on point, and so I'll be ready for the business side, that's probably not true. But that being said, I do recommend people have, about 10 portfolio pieces, and a pretty good grip on what's, marketable, feel pretty comfortable creating. You obviously are welcome to join before that or much later. Like I have students who join who already have client work, but they just need that kind of like refresh or that extra push or whatever it is. But if you get into the material and then you're like, well, actually, I'm supposed to be sending things out, but I have like 3 pieces and I don't really know that I'm quite there yet. Obviously, you can put it on pause. It's not like you aren't allowed to just take a break and then wait till you get there. But whether you should like dive in, it's a good question. I think you can still be figuring out your style, but I usually recommend about 10 pieces. And the course I have called Successful Licensing Collections is about sort of figuring out how to create marketable art. It's about making a cohesive collection for art for products, not necessarily for licensing. It could be for freelancing, it could be for print on demand, but it's about creating cohesive marketable art. So it's possible that maybe that might be a better first step. The other thing you could do is also try out Find Your Focus, which is a low cost. I think it's $35. Find Your Focus Masterclass is $35. If you take that and then you want to upgrade to start your surface pattern business, there is a coupon to upgrade because it's included. So, you could take that and that might give you a better assessment, because I do talk about the different product categories and you can kind of compare your art to that. So it might be a good first step if you're not totally sure. Carolina says, thank you. I've got springs back in my steps. Tallycat says, can you pitch with a tear sheet? Yes. Of course, it depends on what your definition of a tear sheet is, but yes, of course, yes. I talk about in the course, like specifically, how a good way to lay out your art would be, and basically they are what I would call a tear sheet or a sales sheet. You're showing 2 to 4 designs on it if it's a collection. If it's not a collection, it could be a single image, and including that with a pitch email. Or also one thing I talk about in my course is the benefits of using a mailer, something that you actually physically print out and mail to a company, whether it's a postcard or a sort of folding card with art enclosures, but basically sending off actual physical mail of your art can be another way to pitch. But certainly if you're doing it through email, a tear sheet makes sense. So, all right. If I have any other questions, you can, I can answer them in the comments later, but we're at an hour. And I just wanted to thank you guys for showing up and participating. I really appreciate it. And I wanted to remind you about the deadlines. Pitch Perfect Email Clinic. Anyone who joins between now and April 3rd is going to be invited to that, which happens later on. So don't be like, oh no, I'm going to have to send a pitch email next week or something. Don't worry about that. But you will be invited to it when it happens. And that's, like I said, through April 3rd, which is next Thursday. But the Reboot sale is happening this weekend and it goes through Sunday night, March 30th. So jump on that. So happy to have everyone. For anyone who's watching this recording, remember to share your wins in the comments. I want to keep the win train going. Thank you, everyone, so much for participating. And I will catch you. You know where to find me. I'm out here. You can find me on my website or on Instagram at esilverdesign. Bye, guys.